His debut album, I think it was entitled The Documentary.
Right.
There was a historical record shop in Piru Hood on Central and Rosecrans. And it's no longer in existence because, wax and CDs have become obsolete. But from his era of dropping a record and back, there was this historical CD place. So, how artists used to go do tours and show up at CD places. Because he was a Compton Piru, when he dropped the documentary, the release date, he was having a signing at this particular CD shop that everybody knew about. It was just made sense because he a Piru. It was in the middle of the mecca of Compton Piru, right up the street from Gonzalez Park. I'm not even sure if Gonzalez Park was even made yet back then. Okay, that's like 3 minutes from my side of Compton where I was born and raised, the West Side. A few days earlier than that, he was on 106 in Park, and the host asked him, "Hey, what's coming up with G Unit in the future?" And he gave a roll call of everything, and he didn't include me. There's some females from the section who did not like that and have been on my head about it because they knew my relationship with Game. Why he didn't say your name? Why he say everybody but you? I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I'm not tripping. I don't give a fuck about that, man. I don't know. That nigga a hater, whatever. So this is what happened a few days before this CD signing. A couple days later, I'm in Atlantanas, west side of Compton, which I say is like 5-minute drive from Rosecrans and Central, where he's having his signing, the debut of his album. The same homegirls call me and say, Game up here signing CDs, and you got to buy a CD to get an autograph. We just bought the CD out the record store. We in line with your T-shirts on, and we finna ask him why he didn't say your name on 106 in Park. Like, man, y'all crazy as a motherfucker. These two of my homegirls that I love, though, they with the G Unit movement, they childhood friends, so I feel them. But I have no participation in motivating this. So a few minutes later, they call me back. They like, we just got our CD signed, and he seen our T-shirts. He looked up, and then he gonna act like, he asked us, do we know? He like, yeah, we asked him. He gonna say he didn't give you a shout out for the same reason he didn't give his mama a shout out. But the whole time they wasn't asking him about a shout out. The host specifically asked him about the lineup of G Unit, which I had recently became a part of, and he excluded me. So people who knew was irritated by that. That's what they were specifically asking about it. So that arrogant throw off answer when they called me not only irritated them, it irritated me. So where I was 5 minutes away, I was with 3 non-affiliates, but they all had on like khaki shorts, LA hats, and white T-shirts. They looked like Crips. So when I got the call, it was basically like the homegirls telling me nothing other than with their anger and their emotion, come up here. My dumb ass went up there 4 deep. Mind you, this is his debut of his debut album. I described the environment. The parking lot is infested with cars, primarily Pyrus. So we pull up, we like in a rental, Chrysler 300, hats, T-shirts, khakis. Jump out. I know I have a relationship industry-wise with the Black Wall Streets that should facilitate my safe maneuvering through this crowd, but that's no guarantee.
Right.
But right before it became an issue, G Malone saw me. Bam. And he escorted me to where all the customers are lining up to go try to get through this little bitty ass hole in the wall. G Malone took me through the back to where 5 minutes ago, these females just brought my name up to Game. And the next thing he know, he's still sitting here signing motherfucking autographs. And I put these 2 fingers in his clavicle like this from behind. He hard as a motherfucker. He look up and see me. And then he look at his entourage like, how the fuck y'all let this nigga get right here? I'm not sure how many people around him heard what the homegirl said, but it's less than 10, 15 minutes later. I'm right behind him when he's the man. This is his debut album. I'm SPI, and I put my fingers in his motherfucking clavicle. And what happened right prior to that, as Glasses escorted me through this small, narrow fucking hallway, and I was able to stand right here and look at Game signing autographs. Also, to my left peripheral was 2 T's. And so this what Two T's did. I know he probably ain't gonna remember this moment, but I'm standing there. I'm trying to get like Two T's right there. He's so close where I feel like he should feel my energy and acknowledge, turn and look and acknowledge me. But he keep looking straight ahead, like game, watching game back, like he don't know I'm there. So I remember taking my phone and calling Two T's. And I remember Two T's doing this. His phone ring on his side. He grab and look at his phone. And as soon as he look at his phone, he turned right around and look at me to let me know, oh, you already knew I was right here. And you've been not acknowledging. I've been trying to, because that, in my mind, that's a friendly face, even though I'm up here politicking. So in the midst of all that, right here to my right, sitting like on a milk crate, kind of low, is Big Face 100. So Glasses not knowing what's going on, just knowing I'm cool, escorted me in here, dropped me off in this position where Game is to my left peripheral, him and Two T's. The homegirls just had that conversation with him. Big Face is right here sitting down, having no idea, to my knowledge, why I'm here. And it's tense. So after I do that little shit with Two T's and he turn around, he do just like this. He look, see my name and turn around and nod. I'm like, what up? So he know I'm there, whatever. He probably turn around, dap me. I get that Big Face. Plus, remember, I already did this shit the game, so he know I'm behind him.
Did he say anything?
No, he just looked up and shook my hand.
Oh, okay.
So I get that Big Face. I'm like, man, what's up with your brother, man? Because mind you, if I believe correctly, I already went through that Summer Jam experience backstage, had to pinch him. So this is an extension of that energy that I'm getting at.
Right.
So I'm like, get that Big Face about that. And this is the moment when he looked at me, went to his neck and he said, man, I ain't no brother. I'm a gangster. I ain't no rapper. I'm a gangster. My brother the rapper. But then he did like this. And he got a tattoo that say, my brother's keeper. Let me know basically I'm riding with my brother regardless of any of this shit you talking about. But I ain't no rapper. I really don't care about none of that shit. You can talk to him when you get a chance. So I accepted that on some G shit. I sat there and waited. On my mama, my daughters, dead homies, lokes, loved ones, everything I love and live for. Game tried to conclude his CD signing, get up with his entourage, and walk past me and not acknowledge me. So you know he ended up in a 6'5" bent over headlock, me getting in his ear, letting him know why I was here, what took place. Can't recall the details. He said something political about the exchange with the homegirls. No extras. I let him go on about his way. But yeah, that's what I can recall as far as that experience.